one team, one. It was completely, yeah, so they preferred DK to Kunkka, which I find kind of interesting. I would have 100% called Kunkka. I did. DK and Kunkka are pretty similar heroes, especially in optimization, so it's not fetched by any means. It's pretty in line with what we're going for. Hood for Centaur now. Blink that it is queued up on Flywin. 1, 2, 3 shreds into Blink. That's a fast on Navi. Much better game until first time around. 4.1k net worth. He's not in the bottom 3. But you have to think about his RNG timing though. Diffusal Blade Troll. Oracle not going to have anything. Stone on Storm is going to kill later. But like we said, it's going to be the Snapfire, the Centaur, the Troll, and the Oracle playing together while the Storm farms, and then Radiant side DK. He's got Blink. Let's so I'm actually going to go for Flats. I would have thought that with a double Blink, they'd just go for it. And get this double Blink timing. Because they can run around the map. I feel like heroes here, Slaughter, Big Lit, and Dragon Knight with double Blink, way more powerful than Oracle, Troll, Centaur, Snapfire. Because if you jump, you're killing off the Oracle, or you're killing off, the Troll immediately, and there's just no response apart from Stampede. Because they have delayed their Blink dagger on Centaur with the Hood. And look at the range of False Promise. Oracle has to be up the bat Troll to be able to save him, honestly. Smoke time. RNG, Diffusal Blade Troll. Yeah, there we go. So they feel strong. They've got Stampede, they've got Sentinel. They're just trying to make play. But I don't know if they're getting in onto the storm, but Morphling's already bailed away. Can DK with more basic strength. Look at him, 10 more charges up his sleeve as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I've got an observable to place it between lanes. Nice. You're being picked by Troll. Troll is picking Staff like, yo, why are you over there? Come on. There's some cool. I like that. Good vision. One being pushed pretty hard. Fresh wave coming in for the Troll. Mid-tier 1 also pressured by Flywin, so it looks like a 2-for-1 tower trade. There's a good Glyph will defend the top one. Look at this, they've all picked up, they've smoked. Fling's going to finish off tier 1. The rest of Radiant are wrapping around through the river. Flats, DK has Blink. Who does jump? Centaur has Speed and Hood. Raindrops also ready. Raring to go. Their jump stun. Centaur, when the Mortimer misses. Jumped on me, I've got Stampede, I'm going to run forward, looking for the Star 1XM. We won't be able to find it. The Delta split is there from CDEC. RNT to bail away until the zip in. Setsu goes in, Is he going to shake it all about yet? Newbie, back on the high ground. And CDEC, full disengage. The tier 1 alive. I'm back to tree like that. So tier 1 bottom for a tier 1 top. But that's mid lane to have to take a lot of damage. But Radiant still has tower-wise, of course, until I'm being gone down. Oracle's. Yo, I need this cash. I need money. Get me some money. Not far from the simple button. And that should really turn the game a little bit for RNG. Bloodstone's obviously going to be a big item for them as well. I just really would love that slot. Like if they have a double pick down Centaur, the potential to kill him is increased significantly. A nice fan base and the Royal Jelly for the Morphling. Lincoln Sphere up against Storm. Yeah, you gotta need that. You gotta need that. Storm is something to think about.
Radiant's
What
top
else is
tower
that?
is
Fortune
under
Dent,
attack.
Pure Flames, Double Edge. It's mainly
Dire's
Storm.
middle tower is under attack.
Vortex is annoying, Orc is annoying. DDC coming against reclaim that jump. Super over the Fortune Dent has got himself away from the Slardar, but then after struggle put an end to that. Now Flywood, good 2 heroes as the Waterless Kisses end. Battle Transfer Patrol is ready to go. If they want to battle their sets, resist in aggressive. There's the chain done. Down comes Flywood, no stop. Chain Frost bounces back and Seconds fallen and kill. The Softing looking for triple. Well,
Get absolutely mad, you know that?
Definitely is. It's fairly even lane, all things considered, at very least in terms of farm. Of course, most things are getting a lot of reason for each other. That's to be expected. They're just gonna be fine with this. It's like a Dragon Knight versus Luna lane, really. Just no one really gonna be under any prep unless it's overextended. Farm should be even.
It does have the quite a decent lead, in fact, so far. 17-4 comparison to the 11-4 of the Death Prophet.
Okay, I will grab
Down a bot. It looks like they were taking down the Disruptor. Thankfully, Gun and Sync Q trying to get aggressive again and get rid of that support. Top lane though, Y ends up dropping very low as well on the glitch. So both teams essentially imitate each other. Both supports will manage to get away though. The support lives to jump.
They definitely do.
Step lively now. Your Admiral is on board.
So if certainly having a better time as well in this off lane on this Mars. 16 Mars hits 7 tonight, so he's definitely securing that farm and XP that he does need to be relevant throughout the game. Of course, the silent combination can't really do much to shut this Mars down. Although they are going to bring the Dark Willow in now, so Sync-Q, he might be able to set it up. We'll start with a Frost Blast. Sync-Q hasn't shown himself yet.
Under attack.
Hiding that tree line away at the right moment.
2 masts on this brigand
Even
team.
with the Dark Willow though, I don't know if I have enough damage output to really take down the Mars.
It's an optimistic jump in. I think even if you land your brambles well, you're gonna have to just play it a bit more passively. This game overall is gonna be a bit more passive. Just buy the lineups, although down mid, nothing to say. Does drop fairly low.
Ooh, he goes for the TP play. Does not work out. Ying pops Mango, gets the kill.
That was fairly optimistic from Arkunka, but does pay it, and that is finally first blood going away at Keen Gaming still. Still relatively slow, right? Like, the DP should be able to hit 6 at a very good time, and that could allow you to just push down the tower or just go for much more farm in your spells.
Nice little glimpse there. Coming out from Fate on the Disruptor. Still one bounty. Actually, number one. He just wants to put a nice observer ward down before he goes for that other one.
Dire's middle tower
So
is
far,
under
Keen
attack.
Gaming doing a pretty darn good job. In fact, Ying gets level 6. He pops the system straight away and starts forcing in that T1 mid tower. So he's not going to let it be on cooldown. He wants to make full use of it, although there are rotations coming in. Nothing to say, he's going to be there with the Rubik, though Sync-Q does find the Rubik out, and Y is going to be there with the Frost Shot to slow him down. Now, nothing to say, he could be in trouble, though. He's falling quite low, and looks like he may drop. No, not quite yet, but they do finally find him with Ying's Ghost. And now Sync-Q is going to be the next target. Ying does not stop chasing. Eventually, he does. And that's a fair bit of T1 damage being done by Ying, as well as the fact that he got the Kunkka a second time.
Yeah, it's a good start for Keen. They are definitely catching that momentum they want with the DP. So even if the side lanes are pretty, the DP is definitely winning out in this trade so far. They might find Sync-Q as well if they're not careful.
The glimpse onto nothing to say. He had X on cooldown.
Yeah.
That's a real shame. It was 2 seconds off as he was getting glimpsed and he could not cast it in time. Great
Dire's
play.
courier has been killed.
Heads up play from Fate. That's wastes a hell of a lot of time and to make Ying farm so much more as Ying's almost level 7, with nothing to say is still stuck at level 5.
It's going to be a huge advantage for Keen. They seem to understand this as well. They're playing around that mid lane. They know that's where they're strong. They know this is where their core is really overtaking. I think Say cannot do much. He needs his boat up. He's not quite there yet. The EX is really just lacking at this moment.
They're not even allowing him to get an XP rank. Now he will, but this is very dangerous. They're moving in. Rubik will show himself again. He can't do so. Now Ying maybe diving too far, but he goes after Y. Frost Shield will be there, but he was stuck at the field, and it looks like Y is going to go down and think to say, gonna try and fight this out. He'll go after Rubik, but he does not have the damage. Q, can you find it? Not really. Nothing to say. He is falling right below. He'll throw the bow, but it doesn't matter. Ying finds a but now the glimpse of the Silo once again. They can't find anything on the side of EHOME. SinQ gonna be paced down by Ying. SinQ should be okay. But this is absolute domination in this mid lane coming out from Keen Gaming.
Keen is definitely... They're tiring it up much better than last time. Fate Beyond's not a major threat down bot. Sylar, you know, he's farming fine, but they're not finding the kills as they were last time around. So it's a slower game for EHOME. They are being punished by Keen. It's faster pace now on the back of that VP. And at this point, I'd say EHOME, they've got to slow it down a notch. They need to actually build up farm on their Timbersaw, on their Faceless Void, and on their Kunkka. The thing to say, doesn't even have brown boots yet. Guy is just starved down mid.
Well, speaking of their Timbersaw, Faith Beyond is basically been free farming for the past 5 minutes. He's forced Kama out of the lane once again. Kama doesn't mind too much though, as he just goes ahead and farms the jungle now. Faith Beyond, I wonder, when do you get involved? Do you just pick up the hood and try to make plays happen on the timber, or do you just keep farming?
Just keep farming.
Beyond now, just gonna keep farming up and take the big one. The mid lane, I can't say the same. There is nothing to say. Getting a chase down in. Glimpse back is there. The boat is there, but nothing to say. He gets arena and flooded, and with that he cops it. He's going the second time. In fact, make that a 4th time. No Chrono is massive from Sylar. Do they have damage? That the ghost is still flying around. Ying, he's so darn tanky. He'll survive for now. He should go down eventually, and they do get him. SRF trying to get the hell out of there. Gonna drag him back with Y. He's still a tanky boy, but Sylar is gonna be there with the follow-up damage. So no. Speaking next, but they will have the follow-up with SinQ. As they do make them pay, they do deny off that mid T1. They'll still lose their Conqueror in the process, but they got a hell of a lot of gold out of that to the side of EHOME.
They definitely did. It's a good turnaround from EHOME. Still took a lot of effort to get that done. They had to expend a Chrono there, but I guess this time around Sylar hasn't been as active with that Chrono. So, you know, finding those kills in first place is big. They found 2 big cores to pick up there. It's a good start. They've lost their mid tower, so that's a bit of control gone now for EHOME. Keen, you're going to understand that. They're going to be playing much more aggressive. I'd like to see some deep wards there when you have one on top.
Nothing to say again, getting caught out here. Boat will fly out, and after that boat they'll leave and be. In fact, never. Glimpse is going to be there. Nice X back from Nothing to Say. He will save himself this time around. But it seems like they are really focused on making sure this Conquer does not have a good game.
Yeah, it's not been a good game for Nothing to Say. He's going to have to play catch-up farm, and everyone else is actually going to have to buy him some space. Whenever Sylar has that Chrono up, he should join in though. Like, the combination's way too strong, but if you're expecting a fast Ags for Nothing to Say, that's not coming to get.
Certainly not, as I say that. It looks like Y does go down the bot lane, though Faith Beyond. Gonna try and find a support trade-off. Doesn't have mana though. He does now for Willing Death. He wants the Chakram to secure the kill. Soul Ring does come to cooldown, but now they're coming out from the Troll. He still finds the kill, but the Thunderstrike came out of time counter. Can he find the trade? Faith? A nice chain play. Alright. So support for a support trade, but you can see how much harder EHOME has to work for those kills.
Definitely. Keen is just a good amount of it now, even under supports.
Lane, SinQ. Yeah, Shadow Realm stolen away from her. bot lane.
Nothing to
It's
say.
being popped again, nothing to say. He could go for a denial of T1, but rather he wants a team fight. He doesn't go for the X play though. He went for the Tidebreaker hit, and that just kind of allowed them to walk out of there alive.
Yeah, the range in X is a bit too short. Did max Tideburn first, of course, so level 2 X, not quite enough to go play catch there. And that's another objective going away with Keen. So timing themselves around the DP ult, quite nice. They go back top immediately, get stuff done there, and they should be able to take this tower out, no problem.
Yeah, it does seem to be that way. Ying sitting on top of their work forward, followed by Cam on the troll.
Dire's top tower is falling.
Nice T1 tower. That's all out of towers being taken, or at least all T1s being taken off EHOME.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, they smoke up. They're not going to go for the outpost yet. There's no real point to it. It's going to rotate into that mid lane and see if they can get lucky with the Conqueror again. Of course, this is not great for Sylar, who's been forced out of his own jungle. He's thinking about farming mid, but he knows it's not safe. Well, the Rubik does spot him out, but Sylar will be able to find walk in time. This farming speed from Sylar is going to be very, very slow in that space, though. There's a Static Storm Kinetic Shield being thrown out onto Y. Just trying to survive here for the Disruptor. Looks like he has no chance, though, as he does go down. And he was just trying to get some wards out, but those are immediately going to get de-warded by EHOME now.
We talked about small mistakes in the last game. Like, small mistakes like that are okay to give up right now for Keen, but they really have to avoid giving EHOME an opening, even if it's just support kills. That might be enough for EHOME to play catch up here. They're already going on the defense against Gamma.
Brambles? Not that. Erina is completely whiffed as well. Watch a different team here. EHOME just missing so many abilities, and well, they don't mind, they just keep farming. More than happy to play this game. In fact, the Rubik now finds Y, and it looks like Y may actually get dropped here. No, Sylar comes in to back him up. Mike somehow still alive, the gaze is there, but no, the spear connects from a mile away. The Rubik does eventually go down, so another support for a support trade. Sylar does pick up a kill at the very least, and then bring him closer to Maelstrom. You look at Kema on the Troll, John, he had his Maelstrom quite a few minutes ago. In fact, it looks like they also found a Kunkka. Nice hit, back from nothing to say though, just in the nick of time.
Yeah, I don't reckon you can afford to do that to the Kunkka anymore. I mean, unless you preempt it with a silencer of some sort before he's back. Otherwise, it's just a bit optimistic. Still, that pressure does mean nothing they can't safely farm, so he has to ditch the lane, which just slows down the game even more for EHOME. You were talking about Troll. It has been a much better game for Kama. His farm has been up and running. He's at 7k net worth at 14.5 minutes in. He's got his Maelstrom, as you mentioned, working towards PK, and once that's up, a lot of the early damage from
Broken, they missed the void though, the glimpse will not bring him back into the clinic. Now Sylar, he had Chrono, he wants to go to the support goal. They drop an Ironwood brand from Sylar. Does he get out of this? No, he needs to follow on. SRF meanwhile found Y on the ledge. Sylar still trying to outrun. Meanwhile, SRF quite down to stay in the backlines, and well, EHOME, they just want to escape from this now. They get a nice trade, a 4 for a support once again. That's going to be enough for them to just back off to safety and keep farming up. They do not commit the Chrono.
They have been really conservative with Chrono Street this time. Like, Sylar has not been actively seeking targets to kill. With his teammates, they have potential still for that damage to come out. But it's been much more slow going for you. They're taking their pace here, trying to play it safe. They understand.
What's the bedlam? Rubik has taken it for himself, and now Shadow Realm is going to save him. It looks like I think QGL plays him, but he does get taken down by SRF.
So much gold.
They are very angry this game. They are just going at it.
Definitely. That's a lot of gold for Sinqs, who definitely went out in that trade. It bleed a little bit of gold to SRF, though. So our Mars is going to be relatively happy with that trade, but I don't think Sinq's going to be upset.
Radiant's middle tower
Again,
is under attack.
still fairly close, 9-7, a 3k lead for Keen, so they do have the advantage here, but the map is still tightly knit together. Like, you have more objectives off for Keen.
Down Y. Sylar has Chrono once again, but he doesn't want to commit like the Phoenix Con. He's going to be great if he does get Sylar. Now they just need some ensnares. Maybe not even. They'll just find the kill void. Has no way out of that. The glimpse is there. In gaming. The driver's seat, game number 2. 4 net roughly for the Ready side, as well as an 11-7 lead in terms of kills. We'll have a quick look at the win probability. Currently sitting at a pretty realistic 72%.
Yeah, it's a strong game for Keen. They have playing the map well. They haven't managed to transition to tier 2 towers just yet, but they are finding all the builds. They have slowed down Sylar's farm, and if you keep this void down, the Chronosphere probably won't be as deadly as you'd expect.
Yeah, they're trying to go after another support pickoff. It looks like they will catch the Disruptor. It's a much easy pick once again in the exact same spot. Bit of deja vu. And with that, they'll back off. They'll just take supports and they'll just back off to safety again. It looks like EHOME are just happy to play the farm game up against Keen Gaming this game number 2. So as I say that, Sylar starts moving forward with Chrono. Could just go for an easy Rubik kill if he wants, and it looks like that's maybe what he just does. He does have Frost Shield, but here comes Faith PR. They got the Torrent to connect as well, and that Rubik is just going to melt. So they'll save the Chrono for a bigger target.
Radiant structures are
Should allow them to perhaps at least get some damage onto this tier 1 still. TVs are coming out.
Dire's top
Are they
tower
really
is under
defend the count? Just farming bot lane. They get the arena, they get the static storm. They certainly can, though. Terrorize was there in time. It should be enough for the point to survive. And Sylar, yeah, he walk. Now the Chrono, they got the death prophet in there. Chrono coming out. Exorcism being popped, but it does not matter. As they will finally kill him now. Kemba moving forward, trying to find a trade. Sylar trapped up. He does go down, but bouncing between them. It's a lot of damage. And Kemba, can he man-bite everyone by himself? He definitely cannot. He goes down. Now the Rubik could be in trouble. He just TP'd in, but he looked like he's going straight back to the grave as they are not going to allow this kill to move, go away from them. And will clean up. Only one support left, and to say has him in his grasp. They just need to slow. Nothing to say. Never mind. Fate Beyond chains forward. Runs out mana. And Disruptor somehow or another may get away from this. It looked like Y is not quite that, although he does TP. They'll see the Disruptor with their ward, but they won't bother wasting their time any longer. Still a great team fight coming up at EHOME.
Really turn around there for EHOME. Unfortunate that they can't translate that to objective. They're just gonna have to settle with it. Try to build off, try to get some more of that going for themselves. They won't have a Chronosphere, so Sylar is not going to be as far forward as you'd expect nowadays. But that does allow him some time to farm up. He is rushing the BKB. The silences have really been killing him. So once he has that up, he doesn't really need to worry too much to get what he needs done in these team fights. And that's going to help EHOME a lot. I think that's where a lot of that hesitation is coming out from. Sylar just can't jump in safely anymore. He doesn't have a clockwork to set up for him or anything like that.
Yeah. All by himself. Trying to split push a bit. SRF, this should be a very easy kill for Mars. A run in with the remember they missed the spear and the TP out is going to be successful. They missed the brambles as well.
Dang. Unfortunate for Keen. They did expend the arena, but fairly low cooldown. Not going to be too upset. That does give some space to EHOME, farm up safely, know where Keen Gaming's at, and he can play on the opposite side. But Keen, for Roche now, scanned out.
And you've got a new big KD on camera as well, so this is not going to be an easy team fight to take to the side of EHOME. They don't want the Roshan to go down like this, but they may not have a choice as time is running out. Terrorize does fine, it does connect. They'll buy a bit more time, but now Terrorize is stolen by the Rubik. That becomes even harder as they move back in. Emma, nothing to fear here. Faith Beyond, all back going in. Realizes he can't risk it. Go back off, and King Gaming will claim the first Aegis of the game.
It's going to be big, Keen. That does allow him to play much more aggressive than you'd expect. Of course, that does mean you will have to deal with Common multiple times. That fresh BKB, of course. Just gonna be able to get what he wants done in this fight. Right in the middle of it, not gonna mind at all whether it be the Timber Saw or the Dark Blow. not going to care. The only way you're going to stop this now is really that chrono.
He's still not close enough to that BKB yet, though. Sylar really wants that before he tries to commit the chrono again. Can afford a Mithril Hammer, I guess, but needs another about 1.2k to finish it off completely. In the meantime, what's that Death Prop going for? It looks like he wants to get BKB of his own. Fair enough. The Aghanim sets for the Sin Q, gets caught out. The Terrorize wasn't even thrown out, it was. Not that it matters though, the Sin Q is going to die to SRF. Now they look to find more.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Why? Do not walk down that high ground, sir. It is very dangerous as SRF looking for another target. And Why actually stuck around with the Chain Frost. Now the startling waves, I'm not sure about this. Static Storm has been dropped on the Void, so they make sure there's no chrono to follow up though. Why? He's controlling everyone by himself. What kind of glitch support is this? Where's the backup though? It never comes out. And that was just a perfect setup from John, but the Disruptor, straight away realizing that Sylar was going to be around the area, gets the Static Storm kinetic build off, and there was no chrono to follow up.
Top tower is under attack.
Unfortunate for EHOME. Really well played from King. Fast hand from our Disruptor, saving the day there. This will allow them to take a tower as well. And I don't think they're going to even expend the Exorcism. They'll save that for high ground if they want, or a team fight. So that's the top part of the map completely gone now for you.
Kane, just again, very satisfied with how everything's going, just willing to keep farming. You could pipe up now on SRF. The Heaven's Halberd will be out on up at the
Oh boy.
They hack down the troll. This could be the perfect time to they blow up the no. Kama, he gets the battle trap off and time. He's the one getting attacked. Both flies in. The troll is still very, very low and the Aegis is gone. They're gonna find Sin Q as the trade. Of course, Keen Gaming with the Exorcism want to keep going and get the silence off onto Faith Beyond. He's got nowhere to go and he can't tick out. Sylar TP'd in, but he didn't have mana for chrono. Now he does. But he will not commit. And with that, Keen Gaming will claim another tier 2 tower off this map.
Radiant's courier.
Just smooth transition for Keen into that tower push from those 2 kills. Of course, when you're a DP, with that Exorcism, very easy to do. Very easy to get that done. The one issue I have right now with EHOME is that they had early BKB on Sylar and it's still on 10 seconds. This is a farming BKB, I suppose. Just for protection, because he's not been playing aggressively with it at all. And that just means Keen Gaming can just run around doing this. EHOME, they're playing a bit too passively for my tastes, and it is costing them a lot. Like, that advantage swing has gone back to Keen Gaming now.
Radiant's
I'm gonna try and force something, it seems. Sylar, he will get the fortification up for that T1 mid. No, he'll back off. He'll mark up. Perhaps just trying to go back in, catch some off guard. It was underneath a ward. It is rather unfortunate and a very obvious ward spot.
Radiant are scanning.
I guess you wouldn't really expect it because it's so darn obvious that it would be there. Sylar jumps in, doesn't find a chrono yet. Now him, BKB, he still doesn't find it. He'll go on Death Prophet. I don't think they have the damage though. Yeah, he's just gonna walk out of there now. He's got nothing to throw at him, and with that, Faith Beyond, he gets trapped up with the spear. Now the chrono's been stolen. They get the block up onto 3 as well. This looks really bad for EHOME. They're trying to get out of there, but it's to no avail. Kama, he pops the BKB and goes straight after Faith Beyond. Another spear coming out from the Mars, and they will take down that core timber. They'll keep going. Keen, can they find anybody else?
Gold for my chest.
It doesn't really matter. You know the chrono is down. You know the timber's dead. You may as well just try for the tier 3 mid.
Sure, you've got Exorcism up now as well on your DP. Straightforward push right out in EHOME. They have no tools to defend.
Really don't. Apart from Rock Shield, maybe. They're on the monster with the Cursed Crown on, with the startling gaze. They're just trying to control this core Mars up, but he's copying literally 0 damage. And now the spear back on the Sin Q, and he's dead. Immediate buyback. Will this force King get me back? I don't think so. keep going. Still got the ghost flying out. One Raindrax on, and now the melee barracks is also going to go down. And it filled straight the face beyond that, glimpse him out. He goes straight back to where he came from. That's that bot lane. In fact, no, that was the top lane. Now they go onto the Conquer. Nothing to say. He's had a rough game. He's going to get X back again. Speared back, and he is dead. No buyback available. It's beyond. Tried to run his way back to the base. He needs to just run away from the side. Came in fact, he runs straight into them. The goes back into the static storm. They X him though, but it's actually rude to X. He just waits it out with the static storm. Faith still trying to run away. Sylar is there, but has no chrono. He runs into SRF now. That's not the smartest idea, Sylar. He'll go for the bash attempt though, and he gets it on SRF, but he's so darn tanky. Now Death Prophet coming in. Sylar pops the BK. He's still trying to find this kill into SRF. But he's just manning up. Doesn't care. He'll eventually go down. They'll find something. But Sin Q gonna get a dieback out of it if he's not too careful. Fate trying to run away on the Disrupt. The Camel will turn around. Battle Trance is back up as well as BB. He doesn't pop it yet. He'll find Sin Q on the Dark Willow. Now Sylar trying to run away. The Rubik does support the Y on the Lich. Camel, the use will be there. Do you pop the Battle Trance this? Not quite. He hoped for an ensnarity, did not get it.
Oh
now,
my god.
Camel for BKB, but there's the Battle Trance. He just heals all that HP. The boat flies in to try and save Faith beyond. Camel doesn't care though. He'll just keep hitting with the Battle Trance. Now Chrono B misses the Troll Warlord. He only got one, and that was the Disruptor. The War managed to find the Troll. There's no buyback available on that Troll, so that maybe they can fight right here, right now. They got the Yules off of the Death Prophet, but that'll be it. They just want to back out to safety. And it wasn't a perfect team fight for EHOME, but they somehow and somewhat come out on top. Like, did force out 2 buybacks for the price of their own 2 buybacks. And they did get a fair bit of golden XP out of that.
Definitely. It's still a bit rocky here for EHOME. Tyler forced to try out that chrono right at the edge. Didn't manage to catch that troll. Could have turned really bad. Like, honestly, if they didn't find that kill, none of that was worthwhile. But with that troll kill, does give them a lot more leeway here, a lot more room to breed. They still are behind 1 set of racks. You look at what King Gaming has. They still have their tier 1 down mid even. Got tier 1 up top, tier 2 down bot. All of these are still up, and that means the map is technically in King Gaming's control.
Why? Static Storm, Kinetic Field. It's just a lit, but who cares? Just take the kill. In fact, they don't get it. Glimmer Cape was there in time, but the Thunderstrike with the Spirit Vessel is still not going to be enough. And maybe a bit overly confident from Fate. I suppose they are in position to do so.
Yeah, they've got to kind of push their advantage while they do, because at some point, a Void is just really hard to deal with, mainly because your lineup does not have any way to deal with. Yes, Static Storm is a thing, but he's already up. Could try anything else, but again, KBs are all is up for Sylar, so if he lands that chrono, your core is just dead. That's the key thing with Void as you approach that late game, is that when your draft isn't lined for it, there's no counterplay for chrono. Although King Gaming now going into that Roche pit.
How many enchanted is being found behind the side? Yeah, Roshan going to be freely taken. They do it at the same time as the bounty spawn up, so EHOME have to make a decision. They decide to go for the bounties. They had no idea the rush was going on, and now Kama will once again have an Aegis available to him, and of course SRF will take the cheese for himself on the Mars. That, with all the ultimates up on the side of King, I mean, the Storm being wasted, it's already available again. They may go for another push.
They've got the Exorcism up. That's the real big one that they have to watch out for anyway.
We've seen it beyond this Timber. We had the farming round in the laning stage, but it just did not pan out for him. He really hasn't had much influence in this game. He certainly tried, but it just seems like they can't lock anyone down without that chrono. Of course, nothing to say on the Conquer. He's had a very, very rough time. 3 and 5 and 6 assists. At the very least, he has somewhat catch up. Definitely not the best, but somewhere around there for a call.
the state of the game, even with EHOME 3K behind, it doesn't feel as
Is under attack.
lopsided as game one for Team. Like they're taking their time with their advantage here, just slowly cleaning up. They do smoke up at last,
Bottom tower
try
has
to force something out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Spotted ward though.
Nothing to say. Who they got? They got the Conquer. Static Storm in the kinetic field once again. And McCabe is there from Y, and they actually don't have the
Radiant's
detection
top
for
tower
him.
has
So
fallen.
he'll be able to walk out of there. That's just Static Storm gone. Top lane is being split pushed by Sylar, so they know that Chrono isn't available quite yet. Sylar is not going to pick
Radiant's
off
top
until
tower
he's
is under
ready.
attack.
And for now, he is just going to farm up while his team buys him time. Keen Gaming, they appear to be having a few issues pushing high ground.
Yeah, I think they're showing a lot of respect here for EHOME's high ground defense. It is fairly potent. It's a tight spot. If Sylar's around, of course, the Chronosphere is just going to be really deadly. You tend to clump up as well, so the Lich can punish that, the Dark Willow can punish that, even the Copper can punish all of that, so they don't want to throw away this lead. They don't want to get an opening to EHOME. They're just going to take time here. You know they're far ahead. You know they can just take it slow.
Sylar?
Okay.
The Chrono for the Disruptor. Fair enough. I mean, you've got the Disruptor down now. But without that, I feel like King Gaming still go for the tier 3, right? Like, is the Static Storm that important?
Yeah, I'd say yes. It's highly important in these fights. Like, allows the huge AoE control. That's how they start to.
Is under attack.
They just start with the Static Storm. Even if it doesn't keep anyone in place with a kinetic feet, you do force EHOME to think twice about stepping in, and you have your DP follow up with her silence, and you know, Troll just jumped in as well. It gets chaotic. Without that Disruptor, push is going to be slowed down just a bit. They still have the Exorcism. I'm surprised they haven't forced the issue with just that, but Sylar is just going to be farming up top.
Radiant's top
Keen
tower
can
is
exploit.
under attack.
They're going to try to Sylar. No Chrono to use. The Rubik will get spotted out. Sylar, he'll time walk the other way. Of course, he does have TPs available and should be able to get out here safely. Random spear. Nope, won't get thrown into the tree line, so SRF just gets back to farming as well. Should buy enough time for that Chrono to be up and ready to go. Of course, the Disruptor is going to respawn in 1 second, so they do have the option to try and force the issue before that Chrono is available, and they are in position to do so as well. In fact, there's a double damage rune up at the top lane for the Troll Lord if he wishes to pick it up, and that's exactly where Cam is going. I'd say you have a better position than right now for King if you wanted to push another Rax.
It's a really good spot for them. They still have the Aegis, they have the Abyssal Blade, double damage is up, DKB's off cooldown.
Is the Disruptor AFK or something? No. He had pings coming out from his team. I was gonna say, he's just standing there doing nothing, but... Anyway.
They could report him.
Mid Faith Beyond still pushing out the waves. Will start moving through the jungle. Chrono is going to end up in 29 seconds now, though, so you don't exactly have enough time to push without the Chrono being up. You may be able to catch someone before that. That's a nice arena of blood coming out from SRF. He's got 3 of them in there. They want to first have that lift immediately. The boat does fly in. Can they get? No, Terrorize is perfect from the Dark Willow. Still, though, White is copying way too much damage, and he does go down to Ying. No buyback available on that Lich.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
With Exorcism up, surely you go for the blue.
Is under attack.
Chrono is there, but Sylar, he's still farming the red inside jungle. He's not ready to fight yet. So he's just gonna wait it out a bit. Looks like it's up Faith Beyond to stop this push from happening, but they are gonna start cycling up. Exorcism, we're out. Camera though, does towers very hard, especially with that orb of destruction he has. In gaming, let the Aegis expire, so Kama doesn't have that secondary line now, and it looked like that may be cue for them to leave. Perhaps not. Kama, he's thinking about it. Still has the double damage rune. It should automatically pop pretty soon as well. It's been in that bottle for a while.
Double damage.
There you go.
There it is. What do you
Really
do you
patient.
try and stick the racks, or do you just back off?
Without the Aegis, there is a massive risk there. And you take a look at that network advantage for Keen. 5k at this point in game is not too much. So they're gonna take it slow. Probably gonna just wait for next Roche. If they don't go out, then it's definitely just next Roche for them. That might give EHOME enough time to be back there. They're smoked up. They've got the Butterfly and Sylar.
Yeah. Only a lot more damage on this board. Start moving forward. The MKB available on control either, so it's going to be a lot harder to kill Sylar off the time. Not going to find anyone yet, but the mid lane SRF may shoot himself soon, and yeah, he'll pop up. It's come out immediately. Nothing to say. We're waiting it out, and oh, we have a bit of that coming in. SRF though, Arena Blood drops immediately. He can't get a spear off though. Now, but flying Chrono is in the backline. Just caught that disruptor. He wants him out of the fight, and he gets him straight off the bat. Now the troll, he ignores him. Y goes down on the lift. It's a 1-for-1 trade that the Rubik does all that ball. Now the troll trying to find Simpew. He won't though. The Shadow Realm is there, and now Mars going to be in trouble by SRF. He does go down. That's triple on Sylar. Still kept trying to fight back with the thing. They can't have nothing to say on that Booker, but I don't think Sylar's afraid to fight right now. He's going to try and go after the DP. It's a lot of damage coming out, and still Hammer is a bit of a fear as he has battle trance, but he pops it, and it's not going to be good enough as Sylar just time walks away. Still though, he goes after Faith here, gets fueled up. Now the Brambles fall, and Faith can actually get him. Hammer, he does go down. Ying's the only one left. EHOME, they're going to make the chase. Time Walk is there, they'll eventually find him. And it looks like Ying should also be visiting the grave very, very soon as Sylar does get the bash. There's the Chakram flying out. Do they have the lockdown? He is still fairly tanky as DP. Here comes that static storm from that disruptor. They may be able to turn now as SRF flies back. TP's back into the T1 now another arena. He does find something up the double stun from the lift. It's going to be great coming out from the side of EHOME as Sylar still trying to find BKB being popped. It's going to be enough for him to walk out of there. Now more heroes from the side of Key Gaming coming in, try and find a pick-off. They won't get it though. Bims gonna be there on the phase D1. Spirit Vessel as well, they should be able to keep out of bed though. Why coming in with the front foot trying to help out? In fact, doesn't give him the front shield, just the 4 stuff. And it's paid away. APR still walking away. Why? Shields himself, it will not be good enough, but on the bright side, he does save his ball.
Off the back of that fight, take a look at that net worth, Mike. It's now a less than 1k advantage for EHOME. Just would have one good chrono on the back line. Sylar finally delivers, catches the troll and the disrupt, taking out that static storm before it became an issue. Without that static storm, EHOME can cast their spells. EHOME can get the damage out. And they're much harder to kill because the Punka can land his boat where he wants it. So you've got to still respect this Void from EHOME. This is the thing with Void. We mentioned it earlier on. You cannot counterplay Cronus if your lineup's not built for it. You can kind of adjust to it, but you have to always respect the power that spell has.
Roshan. Again, the chrono available to try and come back. No, there is. It just came off cooldown. Can they get it in time though? I don't believe they know what's going on. Game. They are going to get away with it. Refreshard will be the keeper as well, so you've got double ecticism available on Ying.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
So EHOME, while they come back and caught up, it still is pretty scary to fight into the Aegis Cheese and Refresher Shard of the DP.
I have to say though, Sylar's ninja gear is going to be extremely helpful for him to position in these team fights. Just having that stealth smoke is going to allow him to sneak into that back line.
Yep, certainly so. As you're saying, that 2 timeless relics dropping at the same time. One for either side. Now we have a Havoc Hammer, which isn't quite as popular as some of the other items, but still can be used. Agony.
Ooh, no, that's scary.
Though, coming out
scary
on that disruptor, so suddenly you have a massive mute.
That is going to throw a spanner in the works for EHOME. They're not going to expect a first time. This is a moment when Keen should clump up and try to find something. Surprise them with that Agged Static Storm. Force them into a bad position. Force some buybacks here.
Can try with the bot lane. We'll start pushing it out with Ying. Ying also has the Ags up himself. We'll smoke up. Sinq could be the first target they run into. No, he'll run down to the bot lane. They're on a line. They want to go to that top lane where Sylar is. Now, mind you, he does have Chrono. He does cast on himself with that ninja gear, and now he's just going to make a run for it. And seemingly, it seems he knows something's wrong. He'll just go back to the base, and this is going to be a big wasted smoke for the King game.
Smart move from EHOME. They still are playing quite conservative here, although...
We're going to try and steal that double damage away from Kama, but Kama does manage to pick it up. Still. Start moving their way in. Keen again smoked. He'd love to find Sylar, but look at where Sylar positioned himself, straight through the tree line. He knows from the front, so he comes in from the back. The courier may give it away, as I believe they'll see it, and yeah, no. They'll take the courier kill. In fact, no, they don't have enough damage apparently. Brambles will hold the troll. Sylar, they don't seem to be aware that he's behind. Falling very low at the Aegis.
God.
Well, that happened quickly. Alright, so maybe you don't push the high ground. Keen Gaming, they back off.
That's really well played from EHOME, especially since Sylar, finishing up his Satanic, has no buyback ult. That's why he's really waiting on the back line, because he does not want to be in front there. Without that buyback, once he's gone, I mean, if he dies after using Chronosphere anyway, I guess it's the point. He can't really do anything outside of that. Still, this patience from Sylar just hanging around in the trees is... It takes a lot of patience to just be here, not even hitting the creeps, just waiting for someone to bite the bait. Smoke.
Well, smoke indeed.
Stun this.
Maybe a bit of a warden. He has got 3 sentries, 1 observer. Feint, run around the map, get the wards out.
Oh.
In fact, he...
No, Sylar's there.
Sylar, he has Yules available. Sylar does get Yules up. Static Storm, Kinetic Field, gonna be there in time. He's stuck in there, but where's the backup? He's muted as well. There. Now the Abyss will straight onto Sylar's head, but the Bodhi is flying in. That'll keep Sylar alive. In fact, he pops Satanic. He's gonna survive the battle with the As Chrono. He'll commit it straight away. They've got the Troll Wall. They can't afford to lose him like this, but they do. And then Death Prophet falling low, but the Chrono's still from the Rubik, keeping everyone alive. But still, they're not gonna be alive for much longer as this DP. Gonna be in trouble, trying to back out. He refreshes Exorcism. Is that gonna be any good? One of the BKB. He'll go for the Spirit Siphons once again. He's gonna take down the Lich. Why? He does go down now, and falling very low as well. And he's gone. Sinq gonna be the 3rd target. Now the Punka, nothing to say, nowhere to go. Sylar comes back in to try and fight this. He's gonna be careful though. He doesn't have buyback available right now. He can't afford to die, but he does find Disruptor, and he will allow nothing to say to walk out of there safely. Can he get it back? He does. The DP trying to TP away. He won't be successful. Why would the gaze? But a nice spear coming out of SRF, but the glimpse in there from nothing to say. And well, they will find Ying. An absolute mess of a team fight coming out. But EHOME, they come out on top, and somehow Sylar does not die.
I want to say it's the backtrack. Like, he was just man fighting a troll with so many stacks of fervor. And the battle trance, but they were trading even in terms of HP. It was a backtrack just off that. Like, he had the MKB, sure, the butterfly wasn't too much. You can't really stop backtrack. So he was still avoiding some hits. That was enough with a Satanic. And off the back of one bad fight. Tier 3s.
Absolutely. We'll see if they can actually find one in time. There are buybacks available on Keen. They just certainly don't want to have to expend them. Sylar's not going to back off until he gets at least the buyback out of the DP, I think. Krona not going to be up front of the 40. They're going to jump in SRF. There's the static something there built into the arena as well. Both is there, though. That should protect the void.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it does. He's not dead yet. They'll lift him up. Sala, does he have time? Yeah, he does. He'll be able to get away. He time walks out of there with the BKB. They threw everything at this void, but again, that backtrack just keeps him alive.
Radiant's top tower
And this is
is under
also
attack.
coincidentally probably the reason why they moved backtrack as a skill for Void. Because a few years ago, if you remember, every time you burst the Void, that man will everything.
I remember a picture from way back when.
What kind of trouble?
Lion and Melina both casting Laguna and Finger on a Void episode of Backtrack. That was just so sad to see. On the exact same frame, it looked like something from Harry Potter. You know, and he just backtracks. It's like, hey, we're fine. Oh, but boy, EHOME clawing their way back in. You take a look at Dota Plus, Mike. 56% chance to win for EHOME now. From the brink. Well, it wasn't quite a brink swing, you know, it's like 75% for them, but it's one that you've got the net worth lead, you've got a Void who doesn't care about any of these spells and items anymore. How do you stop EHOME at this point?
I don't know. We're going to find out. King Gaming, it's their job to figure that one out. They are setting up around the Roshan, but there is still a fair bit of time till we find out when. Exactly 20 seconds, in fact, till we know when the Roshan's going to respawn. Suddenly, Faith Beyond on the Timbersaw has become a real headache. He's going for an Ethereal Blade. So he's really going to screw around with this Troll Warlord, especially during battle trance. Much he's going to be able to do about that unless he pops the BKB at the right time. Meanwhile, Roshan, another 3 minutes away, so it's quite a long respawn for the Rosh. Both teams really just going to stick around that Roshan pit for most of the next 3 minutes. Neither side really can afford to give it up to each other.
The one thing EHOME does have going for themselves is they have 2 more buybacks compared to Keen Gaming's 1. They only have a buyback left in that the EHOME got a slight advantage there at the very least, in case things do south.
Are scanning.
One thing as well to note is that we have not seen the 25 from the say he just hits it. We're gonna have the Ghost Ship Fleet, and that's just gonna make these fights so much more painful for Team Gaming to play into.
Oh, it certainly is. I mean, it's already painful enough with the backtrack, with the boat run. Like, the Void just not dying no matter what they do. Now with the boat fleet, never going to be able to close the gap on Sylar. Speaking of Sylar, and he popped, he's looking for a target. He does have Chrono available, and they're not going to wait for the Roshan, apparently. They want to try and make something happen right here, right now.
Scanning.
Nothing. Say also has a time to buy something.
It's that added control that lets them disrupt these fights. I think there's always a bit of a delay when the troll comes in for his BKB before he pops it. I think that's a tendency that we have seen coming out from Kama. He plays a bit conservatively with that BKB. He waits just a bit more. And can punish that now as the Kuka. I'm wondering, he's going for a refresher instead, okay. Refresh can be up for nothing to say as soon as he has enough with buyback gold, of course. Not to see Ags around, but Keen trying to find with smoke.
Right, Roshan is going to get the X up on Sylar. Arena. Sylar does dodge it though. Now it will be X back, but they have got nothing to say in that arena. Still nothing to say, it's just tanking with damage, and he actually hexes up SRF. They just back out Fate. He comes back in with the Shiver's Guard. But with that Exorcism pop, they don't mind. They're not going to take a team fight into that. They'd rather just let it expire. By the time it does, the Roshan will pretty much be up.
It's a massive wasted smoke for Keen. I think the Exorcism pop is gonna prevent them from getting anything done in the next few minutes. So they're gonna have to wait for that spell to be back up or expend a refresh for it, which is possible now for our DP. Still, everyone will be on that Roche pit. Got Courier watching for EHOME. Not gonna be up just yet. Still 20 seconds away.
Dire's courier has been killed.
We'll find Dire Courier in the Roche pit. That's what to pick up from him. EHOME gonna smoke up. They spot out the troll. That might be a massive target to go after. While they're doing this, Roshan has officially reached.
Are you gonna teach her entirely?
Seems like now. KG, they run into that rush up here. It could be disastrous, although they spot out Ying on the Death Prophet, and Silent jumps in, forces the BKB out. And so now you don't have some or BKB on this Death Prophet. Roshan's standing right in front of camera, but he can't do anything about it. He knows he can't take this. Faith running chip. This guy is going to be there. Already a lot of HP off camera, but Abyssal Blade's going to be on the void. Now BKB pops. They've got the back kinetic field, but doesn't matter. It does not as the boat fleet starts flying in. Then Silent going to turn around and still holding onto that chrono. Just man fighting against SRF. Meanwhile, J-Pro's bouncing around between all of them. DP trying to do something, but can't do anything without the rolls. No, Ying probably just going to go down, though. He does find nothing to say, but the buybacks are there immediately, and Ying about to drop it. There's the chrono. He catches all three of them, and with that Silent look to clean up, he'll find all three as well. And there's a Roshan there to be taken straight after. You couldn't ask for a better team fight for EHOME. And considering the start of this game, they are finding absolutely everything.
It's a massive swing for EHOME. They're going to take this rush as well. I believe that does have the Ags waiting in the back lines too. So it's going to be interesting to see who they do give that to. But you have a lot of room now here for EHOME to play this game. They have a lot of leeway to get done. And there are no buybacks in free for Keen. They expended the buyback as well. So Kala's not able to defend fully. He does have a cheat on him. And there is a chrono once more. Did they refresh for that?
Radiant structures are fortified.
They did. The first shot was popped by Sylar.
Radiant's middle tower.
They'll start moving in.
Yeah.
They're going to your falls. They have they know buybacks aren't available now. There's just no way to defend this. Camera, he's been pushing out that bot lane. They don't fall for it. EHOME know exactly what's going on. And Sylar can pretty much just commit the chrono and go after the Ancient if Camera tries to do anything. But I don't think he will. They'll call GG. EHOME with a massive comeback in game number 2. That will mean they 2-0 the series up against Team Gaming. Well, coming out from this EHOME side.
It looked shaky at the start, Keen. They looked really strong. They were finding everything they needed to. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to push them through there in game number 2. And EHOME just showing us once again why you can't count them out. That void, man, just so...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
И помешать было тяжело, у него скилл. Айтем бил.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Бодро начинают опять РР на линиях.
下来还很有可能死啊！直接水船对吧？一刀水刀刮小兵，然后贴个骨灰，下血开不出来就
Radiant's
死了。
bottom tower is under attack.
There we go, Dream League. 4-6 game score right here. And it's RR dominating in lanes, both mid and also the bottom, especially the bottom lane. Kunga did such a great job. He's now level 8, almost level 9, leading in terms of experience in the game at the moment. Alacrity being chased out by Mikoto. Requiem of Soul. Global Silent in order to cancel that, but Mikoto, can he get away from that? He was so low. Mikoto down. They managed to kill the Shadow Fiend, but is that worth it? X-Mana spot using the Winter Curse in order to cancel the TP.
Radiant's courier has
And
been
that should be a solo kill for Hustler. Double kill. This is looking very good. Seems like Team Boom ID already lost their early
Radiant's
games.
middle tower is under attack.
The only good news for Team Boom ID is Dream can get some farm.
Are fortified.
Well, maybe not that much as Konga, but he still can get it. Silencer on the way to the 4-star.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Might get caught in the middle. Nuts coming out from the lanes, and before the Fiend Grid for the first time in this one, Nuts is gonna sacrifice himself to kill this Silencer along with the X-Master spot at the ghost ship. Silencer fall, and Nuts actually survive. Oh, if this goes on, we might get to see game number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Drew wins a double kill. The Troll Warlord got all it takes to win in the first 15 minutes of the game. Guys, now this is a taste of the morale of Dreamcell. Can he just be strong, mental, and bring his teammates back?
Thank you.
Say hi to all the guys in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be an awesome match for sure. RR 3K ahead in terms of net worth, controlling everything in this game. To be honest, I think it's a bit too soon to say. Some small mistake in the middle game can cost you a game too. X-Master spot into the torrent. But MVC gonna be fine. Requiem of Soul was unable to kill the MVC. Here comes the global silence. Shot of Fiend coming in a little bit too deep, getting tipped on. Some mind game going on right here.
Don't get wet.
Don't underestimate the farming of that Dreamcell. Once he got some items and levels, man. Broom handle and also the Yasha on the way to the mentor style for the Morphling. KYXY on the killing spree. I'm sorry, Tito's. He killed Hyde at the bottom. FBC need to speed up his game. His level is so low. He's only level 7.